But I will say this. If I can't kill you, I can contain you.
Welcome to About Time, a Doctor Who podcast. Today, we're watching Torchwood. And quite frankly, it's about time. Hi.
Hello to you all.
We're back again.
It's literally the day after.
Yes, and we've had a change of plan.
We have.
After
Stephen's made a boo-boo.
Well, no.
Let me explain.
Okay.
I was thinking that there's going to be a lot of juicy details to go into. Mm-hmm. And I think Stephen had, tried to squish too much content into one episode.
Well, I tried to split Torchwood across 3 episodes rather than 5 because I thought you wouldn't want to spend so much time on each episode. But I think
Torchwood is my babe.
You like Torchwood. It's your favourite of all the Whoniverse shows, isn't it? So, so you've decided that you'd like to do one podcast per episode of Children of Earth. Mm. So that's what we're doing. So more content, guys. So here we are for day 2.
Day 2.
Have we got anything non-Torchwood related to update about? Not really, because it was only yesterday we recorded.
I've tried Ravita fins today.
Oh God, you slipped that in at the end of the last episode. You were like, I like Ravitas, bye.
I do.
And now you've tried the fins, and you like them?
Fins are nice. I had rosemary and sea salt. I really like rosemary flavoured things. And I really like sesame seed ones.
Oh, the sesame ones are lovely, yeah.
What else?
We're debating at the moment about whether to get a pet and what pet to get and stuff.
I want a doggy.
But I thought up until very recently, we'd both come onto the same page about a cat being the sensible choice.
Yeah.
The only thing that worries me about a cat is it's quite a small house.
It's not. Oh my God, Stephen, get over this. Get over it.
And if I think if we have a cat, we should get a cat flap so that it can come and go as it pleases. Yeah. And our front door isn't really equipped for a cat flap because, for a start, we need to put a little step outside because it's quite a distance. And then because we're only renting as well, so if we put in a cat flap, we'd then have to replace the whole front door when we leave. So lots to think about. But there's a local cat in our road who we don't know its real name, but we call it Angelica. Yeah. And she's so sweet and she's very affectionate. And a few times recently, she's come into our house when the door's been open. Yeah. And it's like having a little practice of what having a cat's going to be like. I mean, I know because I've grown up with cats all my life, but...
I had a dog and then Mum's got a cat at the moment.
She was cheeky today. She didn't want to leave, did she?
No, because it was raining. Bad on her owners, not letting her back in.
Well, yeah. This is the thing when you don't have a cat flap. Yeah. So we'll update you on that as we come and go. Oh, I know what we can talk about. So you asked me to do a poll on social media. So you had 2 questions for our listeners. You first asked, if you could only ever have one sweet for the rest of your life, what would it be? Mm-hmm. And then you said, Vimto, the drink, yay or nay. Yeah. You love Vimto.
I do. I grew up with Vimto.
And we all know that I despise Vimto. Its name is an anagram of vomit because it tastes like vomit and smells like vomit. So I put the poll on Instagram and Twitter. On Twitter, 63% of people said nay. Twitter, well done. That's the correct answer.
Not the correct answer. It's delicious.
On Instagram, however, 62%, so very similar percentage, said yes to Vimto.
Good. They're my peeps.
So Instagram are Team Ben. Yeah. Twitter is Team Stephen. Anyone who said yes to Vimto, I don't know what you are on about because it's disgusting. But anywho.
Yeah. Anywho, sweets.
Sweets. Okay, so we had a few responses about if you could only ever have one sweet, what would it be? Yeah. Haribo cola bottles.
Just the cola bottles?
Apparently.
That's a radical choice.
Fruit salad chews?
Yeah, just fruit salads are they're plenty chewy. Okay. But I'm weird because my sweet of choice for the rest of my life would actually be blackjacks.
Ew. Are they licorice?
They are aniseedy.
Oh, you love aniseed. I can't bear it. It just makes me think of Gaviscon.
I love Gaviscon.
Yeah. We also had rhubarb and custard sweets.
Yeah, they're nice.
I think you've introduced me to those.
They're nice.
Quite a few people said jelly babies, probably because of the Doctor Who connection.
To quote my mother, they're ugly.
Okay, well, it doesn't have to be...
My mum actually says they're ugly buggers.
It doesn't have to be nice to look at, does it? Just
if you lick a baby...
If you lick a baby...
if you lick a jelly baby, If you lick the icing off,
Yes.
you can see how ugly it is.
Okay.
The icing sugar hides it.
Okay. What else did we have? Skittles.
Ugh.
Rainbow drops.
Okay, who said rainbow drops?
A couple of people, actually.
Okay.
Aaron said rainbow drops, and Spill the Soup also said rainbow drops, and they said, A, I love them, and B, they're corn. Isn't that somewhat healthy?
Puffed corn. It's like having bad cereal.
Okay. Well, I guess if you grew up with it, you like it. Somebody said jammy Dodgers. That's not a sweet, that's a biscuit.
They're a biscuit. They're a sandwich biscuit. You answered my question for a couple of weeks' time.
And then a few people mentioned chocolate bars, which I don't know if that comes under the category of sweets.
I think in America it does, but in this country we call it chocolate. We call it. That's because their chocolate is candy.
It's all candy.
It's not real chocolate. I'm sorry to anybody American. I'm sorry. I am pissing on your chocolate because I've been to America and it's minging. I brought some. I had to go.
I think once you've had Cadbury's in the UK, you're ruined for any other chocolate. Yeah.
I went to America and I got a Hershey bar. I was like, grainy and not very nice. So I had to go to this like really fancy chocolate place. Yeah, just to get any decent chocolate to bring home.
Well, there you go. We had loads more responses, but I think we'll be here forever if I start reading more. So, yeah. But thank you for that. That was really interesting for a random question that you just came out with for no reason.
No, Ben reasons are reason enough.
True. Have you got another question you want me to put to listeners for next time?
That'll become at the end.
Oh, right. Have you got it in mind already?
Yes.
Oh, right. Don't forget then. Right. Okay. So, Torchwood, day 2. Thoughts? Immediate thoughts?
Another slow opener.
I don't know what you expect.
I want it to be like a heist. It got that far.
Exactly. It gets there. It can't be like that all the time. There's got to be peaks and troughs, and it's got to build from somewhere. I think it's really good.
It is a good episode. I think to myself, I like a lot of things in it.
That destruction of the hub that we got obviously comes at the end of last episode, but now we see it in this episode. That is a seismic shift in Torchwood now. Like that was literally the hub of everything, series 1 and 2. And that's gone now. It's like it's almost like metaphorical. It's like that old show has been swept away now.
But the thing is, though, this is what I don't understand is that all that alien technology that they have, alien technology that UNIT don't even have, they've just destroyed it.
Yeah.
Things that could really help the population, or really, if it got in the wrong hands, could be really dangerous.
Yeah.
And it's just like this civil servant people, we praise you and you do a good job. But this man who is not even an elected official made the decision to bomb this.
Yes, but that was because the Prime Minister, who is an elected official, basically told him to do it, but don't involve me.
But
this is a big theme of this series, I feel, is that like not
passing the baton on.
Yeah, not getting blood on your hands, and like the civil service are like the middlemen of the government.
Yeah, I don't like the Prime Minister.
No.
Good thing that he dies soon. So,
how do you know?
Because I just sense it.
He's a good actor. Nicholas Farrell is his name. I saw him. So he played Scrooge in A Christmas Carol that was broadcast to cinemas. I think Mark Gatiss was in it as well, and it was really good. But yeah, I think the Prime Minister's called Brian Greene in this, which doesn't really sound like a very dynamic Prime Minister name, does it?
Yeah.
If you had to, I mean, this is a really obvious question, I think, but if you had to say which party you think he is from.
The Conservatives.
Yes. This was made in 2009 though, so we were technically still in the Labour government. So, I mean, this is the thing we're seeing in politics now, is that, the Labour have won the general election here, but then they're still in many ways just as bad as the Tories.
Conservatives light.
Yeah.
They've got slightly better views on some things, but they've got the same views on other things.
But this is the thing with politics, you'll see more politics as this series goes on. I liked the bit when Gwen, she worked out those ambulance people weren't really ambulance people, and then she kind of leapt out of the ambulance with her 2 handguns. It's like she's become Lara Croft.
Oh my God.
Did you think that?
Eat your heart out, Lara Croft.
Yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, if she was younger...
Yeah.
Totally could have been a Lara Croft.
Yeah.
But what's her name? Gwen...
Cooper.
No.
Oh, Eve Miles.
Eve Miles. Eve Miles. Has she been anything lately?
She was in something that my parents watched a few years ago. I can't remember what it was called. She wore a yellow coat. It was a really gripping
Happy
drama.
Valley?
No, it was something like that though. Can't remember what it was called. But yeah. And Russell T Davies said he wants to work with her again soon. So
Yes, work with her again.
PC Andy made an appearance.
Ugh. What an absolute
Knob.
name for a penis.
Knob. Yeah.
Like, literally, he literally thinks with his dick. He wants to get on her good side, so he...
Oh, yeah, that comment about, if she's anti-terrorism, I wouldn't mind being Uncle Terrorism.
He is cute, though.
Yeah, he is.
But no, we've seen... I really find him really cute.
Oh, God, you talking about Yanto's brother-in-law?
Yeah.
I don't know what you see in him, honestly.
Johnny.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
You'd like to
I
see
don't know.
his Johnny, wouldn't you?
It is something to do with the eyes.
Okay.
He's almost like...
He scares me a bit. He's like, if I met him, he'd be scary.
Yeah. He's almost a bit like Peter Kay and James Corden had a baby.
Oh. So Gwen and Reese end up going on the run.
Yes.
And Reese gets more involved in the action, which I bet you're excited about. Pleased
Yeah,
about.
I'm glad actually. Like he's such a good actor.
Yeah.
He
is. And he's a lovely character.
and he would take a bullet for her.
Absolutely. He wears his heart on his sleeve.
Yeah,
Doesn't he? And he makes foolish mistakes sometimes. He's that very like emotional character that will make like when he was like, "Oh, she's married.
I'm pregnant."
Yeah.
But the thing is though,
Yeah.
like that just comes out from his emotions.
Yeah.
He is like a big teddy bear, and he's like, he's super cute when he's like so worried about her.
I know.
And I will say this: what's his name?
Kai Owen.
Kai Owen.
Please come on the podcast.
Please come on the podcast. I will actually do a rare appearance on a guest podcast.
If he came on,
if
you would do
came
it.
on.
Oh wow.
Because you're my favourite character.
Yeah. I thought you'd like the scene where she gets him out of bed and he has to get dressed and in a hurry.
Yeah.
And he's in his pants. Like that bit as well about when they all burst into Yanto's sister's house. We're looking for Yanto Jones, and then you see Johnny in the bed naked. Like, you won't find him in my bed.
I'm a married man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking to myself, like, did you just open your script up? Said, I'll get my butt out today.
Well, I'm sure there are conversations to be had. Like, would you be comfortable with doing that?
Do you think if you when someone like at the end we saw
Jack,
and we saw a bit of ball.
you literally turned to me and you went, I think we just saw a bit of ball swinging between his legs.
Yeah. But what I will say is, do you think they wear like a cock sock to cover it up?
Probably.
Like some like...
Yeah. I'm sure John Barrowman wouldn't have wanted to wear anything. He'd relish being naked.
Oh, really?
Well, it sounds like he was getting naked all the time, even when the script didn't demand it, so...
Oh. There's a time and a place.
Exactly. You said, the lady, I think she's Agent Johnson. You called her Johnson.
Oh, my God.
You said she's someone who enjoys killing.
Yes.
And she doesn't like losing.
No.
She's a vile...
She's very sadistic.
Sadistic person, yeah.
And I think to myself that would not be sad if this gas monkey...
gas monkey?
I don't know. These gas things... I just picture monkeys. I don't know why.
So the 456 are gas creatures, you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
We had a bit of gore.
Oh, Jack's...
blood.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it? That poor man...
Like, that must have been right painful.
Yeah, can you imagine?
Like, to grow back.
Yeah.
Luckily, he didn't come back to alive until...
Well, even when he was alive, though,
all that skin needed to be growing.
So I have thoughts about that. So first of all, I'm like... So they found some remains. They found the biggest bits they could, which was an arm, a shoulder, and part of a head.
Yeah.
And put them in a body bag.
What about the other bits?
Well, I don't know about the other bits, but...
No, if there are other bits there...
Yeah. Well, I'm guessing they just...
Well, they could grow into another
dissolved
Jack.
And joined back. But, why? From their point of view, why did they put them all in a body bag and keep them under surveillance? They could have taken the head and the arm and, tried to destroy them further. And,
I think even from a minuscule bit...
Yes, he would have come back. But, the fact that he had all his biggest bits were put together in a body bag made it very easy, I think, for him to grow back.
Yeah. Well, they needed it to happen quickly.
Yeah.
And they didn't know the
happened?
parameters. They didn't know the parameters.
But what would have happened if they'd put his arm in one body bag and his head in another body bag and taken them to opposite sides of the world, like, and watched?
That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Like, if he, in this logic, he's grown back here.
Yeah.
Back in Cardiff.
You're saying it could grow 2 jacks.
It's grown 2 jacks.
But I don't really, because the thing is that he's a fixed point. One single jack is a fixed point in time. So there being 2 jacks doesn't work.
But you could confuse the time.
I don't think
by time thinking, okay, this material's become a jack, but I've still got jack material, so I need to. A jack is a fixed point, so this needs to become a jack.
Yeah. Well, like you said about the other bits, like the smaller bits that they couldn't find, like, I think they just dissolved. So I think whatever the biggest bit was, presumably his arm, if you'd taken the head to the other side of the world, the head would have disappeared, and the arm would have been, the biggest bit would be where he would build from.
Okay.
But yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, literally, you know, what's the way of killing someone that literally, I don't know, what if you cremated his body and, like, the ashes, like, I don't know.
See, that I don't know. That I don't know.
Yeah, I guess the ashes would all somehow come back together, and yeah.
But that's dead.
Yeah, but he can't die. So, literally. Yeah, it's very interesting though. And yeah, when he got cemented into the cell, again, like...
What a bitch.
Yeah, but can you imagine, like...
But I can contain you. Absolutely not, bitch. Because love beats you.
Do you think when the cement went in, he suffocated?
Yes.
So he stayed dead inside the cement?
Yes.
And then he came back once the cement broke open?
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, he's been through some shit, hasn't he? Do you remember in series 2 when he got buried alive?
And he waited.
And he waited for like 1,000 years or something.
Yeah.
Like, and the thing you've got to remember is, as far as we are aware, he is only human. He's like a colonized human from the future.
Yeah.
But he's a human being. And the human brain and mind is not equipped to be alive that long. Like, how he is still sane, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. But then he just says, I'm Captain Jack Harkness, bitch. Kiss my ass and I'll make it happen. Gwen looked!
Oh, she looked at his...
Gwen had a good old gawp.
Well, wouldn't you? It's one of those things you know you shouldn't, and then you maybe... Your eyes just can't help with a quick glance.
Well, Yanto doesn't have to have a gawp because he's seen it all before and he's probably had it inside him.
You don't have to be so graphic.
He's probably had a lot more than...
Anywho.
By the way, I think that they're going to retcon something soon.
What?
The whole Jack being Bilbo Baggins in the sky.
What? His origin?
No.
Bilbo Baggins in the sky?
Big Bilbo...
What?
I forgot his name.
Oh, Face of... That's the episode title.
What?
Bilbo Baggins in the sky.
But I couldn't remember his name, and my brain just fits in
I couldn't
words
understand
that sound
what
right.
the hell you were talking about. You think they're going to retcon that?
Yeah.
Well, remember, the thing is, it was never 100% confirmed. It was put in as perhaps he does become the face of Bo, but they never actually said, yeah, he definitely is. So let's talk about Gwen telling Reese that she's pregnant.
Oh.
So sweet. Such a nice scene.
Yeah.
They really love each other.
They do. And I really do think to myself, that baby is going through so much.
But yeah, and when he was like, if it's a boy, Edward, after the king, holding out the potato, you laughed at that.
Yeah, it's a funny joke. He's so funny.
He is.
He's just like, he's almost like a fairy tale boyfriend.
He's come a long way as well. Remember how angry he used to get about Gwen's job and like her not having time for him and stuff.
Yeah,
like he's understood that now.
And the thing is, though, like this is a thing. Like Gwen would come and go in this child's life. Like she would still do her job because she thinks it's important, but he would pick up the slack.
Well, no, I think she was thinking about taking maternity leave because she did say to Jack when she found out she was pregnant, she was like, "How are you going to cope?" And he was like, "Oh, we'll manage."
Yeah,
but yeah,
I'll tell you one way how they're going to cope. Lois Habiba. I love her.
She's amazing, isn't she?
I think she's come a long way in 2 episodes, and she is so right. One the line that stuck in my head, I was like, "You go, bit." No, I didn't say that. I said, "You." I said, "Well done." When she said, "I didn't sign the thingamajiggy."
So the didn't sign the Official Secrets Act to cover up murder.
Yeah.
Yes. She has morals.
Yeah.
Yes. I think she's
Something
fantastic.
that Bridget Spears does not have because she's worked in there too long.
Yes. And by the way, Bridget Spears, does that not remind you of Britney Spears?
Yeah. And what I will say is she's another one.
Oh, you want to kill her?
Don't want to.
Well, you don't want to kill her, but you think, yeah.
I just can't abide her now.
No, she's awful.
She is such a huge ass licker.
Yeah, she's a bureaucratic, like, that bit when she snaps at her and she's like, Lois, your job. You don't overhear phone calls.
You're at the same fucking level, babes. This always happens when you've got two people at the same level. That the older, the person who's been in the position longer will always peck down the person who has.
Do you think they're at the same level?
Yeah, babes, they answer phones.
Yeah, but I still feel like Bridget is more senior.
Yeah, and Bridget has failed. If they had an inspection for GPDR...
GDPR wasn't around back then.
Yeah, but if they did, you'd fail, babes. You'd lose your job. Breach.
Yeah. I love how she just, in the first episode, was like, oh, you need my password, haste, and blah, blah, blah. And she's got... Oh, so she must be senior, because she's got access to all this information that Lois doesn't have access to. So, yeah.
Maybe.
And I love also, like, Lois is showing her skills when she's worked everything out for them already, and she's like, here's all the information. And then she's like, sugar in your coffee? And she's like, I'm a PA, that's what I do.
Yeah.
And Gwen was like, when all this is over and you want a job, come see me.
Yeah. She is
If they both get out of it. Well, you never know with these things, do you?
I bet Gwen is now, she's now 8 months pregnant.
8 months?
8 weeks pregnant.
How does that happen?
Because her body has remembered how to grow a baby fast.
No, that wasn't a baby. That was an alien parasite.
How did it get into Gwen? Oh, that little man bit her.
The alien bit her, yeah.
What was the alien called?
Nostrovide.
See, this is good about when Stephen loves a TV show so much.
It's encyclopedic knowledge.
I could just okay.
I am so autistic.
What are those demons that don't say a word?
In Buffy?
Yeah.
The gentleman.
What is that demon who makes everyone sing?
What is his name?
Oh, you're showing yourself up now.
What is his name? It's Mr. something, isn't it? Mr. Sweet. Oh my god, I need to look it up now. I need to know.
Okay. Not as encyclopedic as I thought it was.
Sweet. His name is Sweet.
What did you say?
I said, is it Mr. Sweet?
Oh.
But it's not Mr., it's just Sweet.
Oh.
So this tank that the 456 have instructed them to build.
Looks like something they brought out of IKEA.
What would the product name be? Tanker.
Cheap wood and plastic.
Wooden plastic?
Wood and plastic.
Oh, wood and plastic, yeah. No, it doesn't look that bad. I think it looks quite good.
Yeah, it looks
but
fine.
what's going on? Why have they asked to build them a tank?
Because apparently...
And they pump the gas into it.
So, okay, it's either a few things. So, it's either a chamber that they want to put all elective officials in and get rid of them.
Yeah, it could be.
It could be like some breeding ground for something that, like maybe some virus or something.
Oh, yeah, we're a bit like the Sontarans, and they had that cloning gas thing, didn't they?
Yeah. Or they can teleport through gas.
Maybe. Yeah, so what do you think the gas that they told them to make, like, what do you think that's for?
Many things.
Okay, well, we'll probably find out soon. Because Bridget was saying about how do they arrive inside that tank.
Yeah.
So what would that mean? I guess that's what they breathe.
What did they do with the children?
What children?
The 1965 children.
That you said yesterday that it's like caviar. It's like a delicacy. Is that what you think?
I don't know. Clem.
Yes.
I don't like the word name Clem, just to let you know, because it sounds too much like phlegm.
Apologies to any listeners called Clem.
But Clem, he ran away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's still connected in some way.
He can smell them. And I'm a bit like... Yeah. By the way, that weird man, he knows more than he's letting on.
Oh, Mr. Decker.
Yeah.
What's your theory? Because you shouted it out twice during the episode.
He's one of them.
You think he's a 456?
Yes. I think he is a watcher.
Okay.
I think he was there to watch Britain and wait and then let them know when to come.
Okay.
Because then he's marvelling at this thing. And then, like, he could translate this stuff really quickly.
Yeah.
Okay, you just translated it.
Okay. Keep an eye on that theory then and see if it turns out to be true.
He's probably just going to get killed.
Can
we change their name, please?
Who?
I hate the 456.
Sorry, but it is what it is.
Is they stay the 456 all the way through?
Because they don't give a name. Why would they need to give a name?
Okay, gas peeps.
You haven't even seen them yet. You don't know what they're like. Maybe you never will.
Don't say that. I would be absolutely livid.
Okay.
Oh my god, Stephen's smirking.
No.
You're smirking.
No, it's not a black and white answer, so wait and see.
They're invisible.
No.
They hide behind the gas curtain.
Right.
They're like, oh my god, it's a communication device.
What, the gas?
Yeah. We never see them. It's the communication device. So it's almost like a hologram chamber.
Okay. Well, we'll wait and see. We'll find out on the next episode. Presumably.
Maybe it's God.
What, the 456?
Yeah.
Or maybe it's the devil, more likely. So, you know when they went to the... they pretended to be funeral directors.
Yeah.
And they went in to get the body.
Yeah.
And their contact was Corporal Kamara. Did you notice the nickname that they gave him? The other guys who worked with him?
No.
They called him Kodak. Which I realise is obviously a joke because his name Kamara sounds like camera. Kodak.
Ugh, bit of a stretch.
Oh, well, I think it's funny.
Stephen.
Yeah.
Russell T Davies could shit on a plate and you still find it funny. Like, literally, he doesn't have to try very hard with some people.
No, well, actually, to be honest, he didn't write that episode.
Oh.
Anyway, and that brilliant bit with after Reese put his foot in it about she's married.
Yeah.
And she did that brilliant death stare and like the chatty hands, like they're going to get you into trouble and like zip it. You said she's you.
I am. Stephen has a habit of running his mouth when he's in the car. Road rage has heard of him.
No, excuse me.
No, Stephen.
I get very frustrated sometimes.
Yes.
And my car horn is so pathetic. It's like a little...
Aren't they all, though?
No, some are good.
Whose?
Remember those teenagers the other day? They were on their bikes and they cut me up.
One was one on a scooter.
One on a scooter, one on a bike.
Scooter.
And they cut me up. They went in front of me and I tooted my horn and they just went, shut up.
They didn't move.
No. And then, yeah, Yanto came to the rescue.
Yeah. He ripped that thing out and...
What was it? What is that vehicle? Is it a forklift or something more
some
than
kind
that?
of a forklift.
Yeah.
It's a more heavy-duty one. It's not like
Yeah.
just a warehouse one.
No.
But no, honestly, I was like, this is actions of a man who's in love. Not because he's a boss, a man in love.
Got to get him back, yeah. But he's very lucky in some ways that he has a partner who can't die. Like,
yeah.
you know,
And
the amount of times he would have just been bereaved of him.
his sister, Tanya,
Rhiannon.
she looks like a Tanya. She was so nice. I like her a lot. She was like, here's my car, here's my laptop.
Yeah, I do wonder how much because she thought he was a civil servant, which I suppose technically he is, Torchwood.
Yeah.
But she didn't have any idea, like, exactly what nature of his job is.
Yeah.
So does she think he just sits in an office all day?
I don't know. Reese had to know. Reese cannot not know. I would love an uncle like that, who just whipped out £10 notes every time you saw him.
Yeah, I just want to also bring up the music of this series because I know your eyes start to glaze over, but there will be listeners who care about this. And I just want to say that the score for this series is so good. I listen to this soundtrack quite a lot, and it's the classic Torchwood, like rock inspired heavy strings and stuff, but it's stepped up a notch and it's got brass and it sounds so like bigger and bolder and more like James Bondy. And I think it's really cool. It's Ben Foster's baby, this score, and it's so good. And you get a lot of use of Captain Jack's theme that we've talked about before, which you probably won't remember, but Countryside, the one with the cannibals, do you remember? Mm. And Jack came bursting through the wall in a tractor. And his theme was based on that. It goes, "Here he comes in a ruddy great tractor." Dun, 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 dun. And they use that same music when Yanto bursts through to rescue him with the cement. Here he comes in a ruddy great forklift.
They're so in love that they share a theme.
They do. Yanto has his own theme, which you can hear in this. But yeah, it's nice. So you're enjoying the show?
Yeah.
Oh, you're trying to play it cool now.
It's good. I am enjoying it.
Well,
I think it's one of those things that once all the pieces slot.
Yes.
It becomes big and it becomes epic and it becomes something very special.
It's making you want to watch on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you said to me last night and this morning, you were like, I have to see what happens. I have to watch the next episode.
Yeah, I'm already thinking that I need to know what happens.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that I would have binged. It's so easy to binge 5 episodes of this type of thing for me.
And you can see as well why they aired it across the week. 5 episodes, 1 episode a night.
It feels like it's snowballing now. It feels like getting bigger and bigger. Now we're hitting the midpoint and the aliens said they might be coming. So, yeah.
Yeah. It's exciting.
We're coming tomorrow.
Well, it's only going to step up and up from here. Any more predictions then now now you've seen another episode? Where do you think it's going?
It's going to an epic battle.
Right.
I can't shift this foreshadowing of a big sacrifice.
Right.
Because I think that's what they've foreshadowed in the first episode, that someone's got to make a sacrifice for
what was the foreshadowing for that?
When Jack pushes everyone out and he is left alone with the bomb inside his stomach.
Well, it wasn't really a sacrifice though, because he knew he'd come back. Or do you think even he was doubtful at that point?
I think he was like, well, this is...
It's certainly going to be the greatest test of the immortality. Yeah. Well, okay, I think we will wrap it up there.
Yeah.
Today, instead of regular messages, we've had a couple of new reviews on the podcast that I wanted to read.
Okay.
One of them is very short and it really makes me laugh. Yeah. It comes from Curiosity Grace. The title of the review is Nerdy Gay Podcast. And then she says, "What more could you want?" That's the review. So thank you for that.
Nerdy Gay and a podcast. Tick, tick, tick.
That sums us up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And then we've also had one from Leah, who says, "Top-notch podcast. I love Ben's rambles and singing, and I admire Stephen's tolerance. Loving the Torchwood reviews. So sad about Tosh. When are you guys doing season 3? Can't wait." Well, you're in luck, Leah, if you're listening to this, because we're doing it now. But yeah, that did make me laugh as well about I admire Stephen's tolerance. But she loves your rambles and singing as well, so...
I don't call them rambles, I call them me. Bursts of me.
Yeah, you are you. And I love you for who you are. One final thing to do, as you know.
Patreon, shout out. Patreon, shout out.
Do you know what? One of our patrons said on the Discord today, reading out the patron list sounds like a class register. Because there are about just under 30 names now. So it sounds like doing a register at school.
Yeah.
You should do one. You should be like, "Yes, miss," or "Yes, sir," or whatever, after each one. It's just that little time of the podcast where we like to remind you about Patreon. If you want to support us, you're more than welcome to. There's no pressure, but you can get access to early episode releases. You can get access to our special episodes. If you join Patreon to support us, you'll be joining the wonderful team of Louisa.
Lovely.
Philip.
Phenomenal.
Northerly.
Nice.
Jason.
Jubbly.
Joe.
Jubbly too.
Tom.
Terrific.
Louis.
Lovely.
Michael.
Marvellous.
Ferner.
Fucking marvellous.
Heather.
Happy.
Benny.
Brilliant.
Caleb.
Cool.
Monica.
Marvellous part 2.
Amber.
Amazing.
Jess.
Just Jess.
Kaylee.
Cracking.
Kieran.
Cracking part 2.
Jay.
Just Jay.
Got lots to start with Jay. Owen.
Optimist. He's optimistic.
Natalie.
Nice. Part 2.
Imogen.
Imagine that.
Sarah.
Super Sarah.
Aaron.
Awesome.
Jake.
Just Jake.
Matt.
Marvelous.
Ryan.
Radiant.
And Janie.
Just Janie. If you couldn't work out, I didn't have very many J's to work with.
No, you didn't. Also, 2 things to note. One, I had to help Ben come up with a lot of words that will be edited out, but and also I had his foot in my face for most of that. Because he's lying down making himself comfortable on the sofa with his foot shoved in my face.
No, it wasn't. It was here.
Yeah, but then I had to lean forward to do something on the computer.
And then I did put
right
it in
my
your face.
Yes. Anywho, those are our wonderful patrons. We really are grateful, aren't we?
Yeah, 100%.
We really are. Like, it means a lot. Yeah, and just makes it a little bit easier doing the podcast knowing that we've got that support.
Yeah.
So if you'd like to join them, you know where you can do that. You can also find there how to email us at abouttimecast@gmail.com. You can follow us on social media, on Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. You can also, I haven't said this for a while, but you can also support us on Ko-fi. I'm not going to do what I always do and talk about how to pronounce it, because I'm just going to go with it now. Anything else you'd like to add? Oh, what's your question for listeners?
Okay, my question is this.
Oh, if you want to get involved with Ben's funny questions, follow us on social media, because they'll be going out on our Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah. If you could make a Doctor Who branded sweet or food...
Oh, I can see a theme here.
What would it be called?
Okay, any food at all that's Doctor Who branded.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine would be cat nun kibble.
Okay, well,
But that's not for humans, that's for pets.
Yeah, we'll discuss that in the next episode. Can't wait to hear what people come up with. But until that time, listeners...
Stay cool, stay safe,
Stay fantastic.